Hi, today I'm going to talk to you about spiccato and sautille, how they're different, and how to practice them. So here's a little Mozart. I would say that's spiccato. How about this? I would say that's also a type of spiccato. Now, here's something different. Another little Mozart excerpt. So the differences have to do with the fact that when we play spiccato, we drop from above the string. It can be played in many different tempos and at different dynamics, and we use different parts of the arm. So when I'm teaching a beginner spiccato, I would say just use a lot of your upper arm. So not like détaché when we're trying to open up our forearm. We let that upper arm go, but we keep things nice and loose. And as you refine that, that becomes more of what we call a brush stroke. If we want it more articulated, then we can have the hair a little flatter and use more fingers for control. And there's a lot of variety there. Sautille is trickier. It has to be played very fast. So a good guide is if you put your metronome on 132 to the quarter note and you're playing 4 notes, that's where it starts to be able to do sautille, and then it goes faster. Sautille can only be played at the balance point of the bow, which for most bows is around just below the middle. Depending on your bow, it might be a little bit higher, depending on the camber and other things. And it's really generated from the wrist and fingers, and more importantly, sautille means little jumps. We jump up from the string, we don't drop it. So we have to start on the string. Actually, I'll show it. The way I normally teach it is we do 2 strings. So you might have noticed I lifted my pinky. That's on purpose to show that it's not fulfilling any responsibility there. We do use the pinky a lot for balance and direction in the lower part of the bow, but here we just want to have a nice light hold. And you notice there's a circular motion. So by crossing strings, we encourage that motion. And it's important to go very gradually when you're learning this, but you can't do it too slowly. So then if you're working on a passage with your newly hatched sautille, you want to repeat each note. So let's go back to that little Mozart rondo. You could do each note, let's say 8 times. And then as it gets better. And a really good challenge for both spiccato and sautille is to practice triplets, because a danger is that we have heavy light. So the down bows, especially with spiccato, follow heavier and it gets uneven. So I'll show sautille first. So we'd go with spiccato. And that can be very helpful to eventually get single notes for each. I hope this was useful. Give me feedback and enjoy practicing spiccato and sautille.